Okay.
So I don't know. I guess if you can even remember like what that was all about and kind of, like why you kind of came to that, and if you can kind of remember, just describe it maybe even physically. But you can start by like how you came to paint that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, for Christmas, my
sorry.
Glasses. Oh yeah.
Because they'll just appear.
Okay, sure. Yeah. For one Christmas, my father and stepmother had given me a book on Graceland with all the different beautiful color photographs of the mansion, and I especially loved the way that Elvis's girlfriends had come along and one by one kind of redecorated the place. And my eyes were caught on the pool room with the kind of canopied fabric coming down, a la 70s, you know, kind of hippie stuff. And I just loved that. So that was my setting for my next painting. I knew I wanted to paint Elvis in there. And I'd been thinking a lot about obsession around that time. I had become obsessed with a boyfriend who was very less invested in the relationship than I was. So here again, I mean, the painting was kind of autobiographical. And in the painting, Elvis is walking across the span of the pool room, and he's almost floating. He's got on a white jumpsuit, and he's kind of priestly. And he's reaching out to offer this obsessed fan milk and cookies. And at the far end of the painting, the fan is kind of crouching behind the pool table, and out of her purse is coming a photograph that she's stolen from the mansion. It's as if she'd snuck in and got, you know, hid and was discovered. So I'm thinking about, as I'm doing this painting, both ends of the spectrum, the obsessee and the person who's being obsessed over. And I was thinking about how difficult it must be to be in a celebrity's shoes and have all these people that you've never met, you know, beating down your door, sending you fan mail, you know, stalking you, whatever. That it must be very difficult to not just entirely shut them out, but to remain, you know, gracious and loving. And then I was thinking about the other side of the spectrum with the person who is obsessing. And in her situation, she had become kind of like an animal. You know, she's crouched down. She's a little bit less than human. She's a little bit, you know, she's put herself in a position of kind of an odd position. And how Elvis is choosing to approach her is very priestly in my mind, in this situation, as Jesus would approach someone who was sinning, really. Sinning against, I mean, in a way, this woman is sinning against Elvis because she's invaded his private home and stolen a picture of him and, you know, this kind of thing. And outside, the last part of it is that outside the doorway, Elvis's mother is standing in a profile and looking into the room, trying not to look, but looking, kind of looking over her boy, making sure everything is all right and that he's safe.
It's very interesting because, I mean, even though this person has, you know, invaded his space, he's still being very tender in a way towards them. You know, I mean, just he's offering her cookies and he's trying to comfort her. You know, like she's, you know, frightened, but I mean, maybe by his presence, maybe by the fact that she's been caught. Who knows? You know, maybe by her own obsession. But you know, he's being very tender and trying to, you know, give her comfort food.
Yeah, that's good. And did you really get that out of it looking at it, or?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's really good.